Good afternoon, everybody. It's Eric again with the Hopper House. Tonight we're having the Friday night open AA. What you hear here, let it stay here. So we're going to start off here shortly, but before we do, I got a couple announcements to make. September 21st is the Let It Go Rally and Run. It's a 1K mile and a 5K as well. Just for the ADAX 21st annual recovery in color. So I believe that's going to be the theme for this year is going to be the color run. So wear all your colorful outfits that you can, some tie dye, something bright and vibrant, and meet us there at the park for the ADAX 21st annual Let It Go recovery. After that, in October 18th, we have a pumpkin carving contest, as well as October 19th, we have Fearless Fest. I do believe we have some more events that are going to be going on. I will keep you posted on those dates as soon as I get them. I'm not too sure what dates we're going to have some of the other events going on. So stay tuned, keep posted, and I will let you know as soon as I figure out that information. The only other announcement that I have is our baptisms on November 2nd. So hopefully we will see you here at the Hopper House on November 2nd for our baptism this year. And right near the end of the year, I believe it's going to be our last baptism of the year. And hopefully you can make it out and get baptized, or maybe just get renewed in your life with Christ as we understand him. I thinking about I might go ahead and get it again, just kind of renew my faith in Jesus, our Lord and Savior. But right now, looks like we're going to go ahead and start the Friday night open AA. I will be in the chat if anyone wants to share their story with me. I will be glad to respond and let you know any advice that I might have. Maybe you want to come out to one of our meetings. We have them every night between 7 and 8 o'clock, except for Wednesday nights and Sundays. Wednesday nights, we do have a Bible study. So if you wanted to attend that, you're more than welcome to show up for that, or our Sunday morning church that starts at 8 o'clock. So hopefully we will see you there. I'll be in the chat. Thank you for joining us.
I've asked someone to read this is a podium meeting, so it is live. So when you come up here to share, if you don't want to, just stand outside the tape so we're not on camera. And oh yeah, where's she at? All right, I've asked someone to read how it works. Hey, Bradley.
I've been sober all day today. How it works. Rarely have I seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed her path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. They are such questions. They're not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They're naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those who suffer from great emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclosed in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. As some of these we fought, we thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness that our command, we beg you to be fearless and thorough. We beg you to be, we beg you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil, so we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cutting back on the power. Without help, it is too much for us. But then, because all power that one has got, we can find them now. Half measures avail us nothing. We said at the turning point, we ask for protection and care with complete abandonment. Here the steps we took was suggested as a program of recovery. One, we admitted we're powerless over alcohol that our lives are becoming manageable. Two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Three, made a decision to turn our will and our life over to carry God as we understood. Four, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Five, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. Six, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Seven, humbly asking to remove our shortcomings. Eight, made a list of all persons we have harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Nine, made very amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so to injure them or others. 10, continue to take personal inventory of when we are wrong, properly admitted. 11, sought internal meditation to improve our conscious contact with God and understanding, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and how to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us explain, what an order, I can't go through it. Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to this principle. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress, spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of alcoholic, the chapters of agnostic, our personal adventure before and after may fit three pertinent ideas. A, that we're alcoholic, could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human product could ever leave our alcoholism. C, that God could remove so.
Thank you, brother. I've also asked another friend to read 12 traditions.
My name's Terry, I'm an addict.
Terry.
3625. The 12 traditions of Alcoholics Anonymous. Number 1, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. Number 2, for our group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, the living God as He may express Himself in our group countries. Our leaders are but trusted servants, they do not govern. Number 3, the only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. 4, each group should be autonomous about except in matters affecting other groups or AA as a whole. 5, each group has but one primary purpose, to carry its message to the alcoholic who still suffers. 6, AA group are never endorse finance or lend a AA name to any related facility or outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary purpose. 7, every AA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. 8, Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever unprofessional, but our service centers may employ special workers. 9, AA as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those who they serve. 10, Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues, hence the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. 11, our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. Anonymity is a spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever remind us to place principles before personality.
Thank you, Terry. And I'm already alcoholic. I picked the topic out of the doctor's opinion. This is one chapter when I first got sober. I hated to read. I didn't like it, but it has become one of my favorite ones that I read constantly. It's on page XXVII.
What is what page?
XXVII. I don't know what number it is. Yeah.
Very front.
XXVII.
In the introduction.
Starting 27, 28, with 3 eyes.
Sure. Okay, it's going to be down here where it says men and women. If anybody wants to read along. Men and women drink essentially because they like the effects produced by alcohol. The sensation is so elusive that while they admit it is injurious, they cannot, after a time, differentiate the true from the false. To them, their alcoholic life seems to be the only normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented, unless they can again experience the sense of ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. Drinks which they see others taking with impunity. After they have succumbed to the desire again, as so many do, and the phenomena of craving develops, they pass through the well-known stages of a spree, emerging remorseful with a firm resolution not to drink again. That is repeated over and over. Unless this person can experience an entire psychic change, there is very little hope of his recovery. Anybody want me to read it again?
Read it again, Mark.
Okay.
What page is it?
It's XXVIII. It's the doctor's opinion.
One eye.
XXVI. XXVI, right? Not I.
XXVIII.
I asked you.
Aye.
Three eyes.
Yeah, this doctor's opinion. All right, men and women drink essentially because they like the effects produced by alcohol. The sensation is so elusive that, while they admit it is injurious, that they cannot, after a time, differentiate the true from the false. To them, their alcoholic lives seem to be the only normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented. Thus, they can again experience the sense of ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. Drinks which they see others taking with impunity. After they have succumbed to the desire again, as so many do, and the phenomena of craving develops, they pass through the well-known stages of a spree, emerging remorseful with a firm resolution not to drink again. This is repeated over and over, and unless this person can experience the entire psychic change, there is very little hope for his recovery. This is one of the paragraphs I like a lot in the whole book, is because men and women drink essentially because they like the effects produced by alcohol. So whether it's alcohol or any other substance, I wanted to change the way I felt. And so when I would drink, I started manipulating myself and then seeing the way others would drink. Because a lot of people actually drink, for a little R&R. So I would do that, and I became okay with living on life's terms as I thought. It was fancied in my mind. But then I'd be remorseful and I'd wake up and then I wouldn't want to remember what I did, but I was confused a lot about the things that I've done. But it did take me hitting rock bottom to kind of wake up and understand that I kind of destroyed on in my life a lot of other people's lives as well, including some very people that are very close to me. And I repeat it over and over. But everything that this paragraph says, it says a psychic change, right? So I was confused about that, but it's my perception and my viewpoint of everything. And over the course of time, it's had to change. It started to change. And so my belief in something had to change. And it was kind of like the Karate Kid type of deal. I kept doing it. And then it takes, a while he realized he kind of started learning how to do karate, but he didn't know. Mr. Miyagi couldn't teach him karate because he didn't understand it. He had to go through the repetitions of it. But over the course of being sober, my thinking has been completely different. I say completely different, a lot different from when I first got sober to almost 4 months from now. Just start going to meetings and having a sponsor and working the steps and just doing some things that I don't want to do. So with that, I'm going to pass. We'll start with Sincere, and we'll go like this. We'll come back to the dinosaur, and then we'll go all around the room.
Tell me you're gonna be there.
Hey, my name's Sincere, and I'm a member of this community. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good, Sincere. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir. Pretty good. So, One thing that stood up to me about this topic was that, it's real interesting when I read this topic, right? I mean, it's the first, where it says men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. And, like, in my opinion, speak for myself, you know what I mean? I would have to say that that's true, at least for whenever I would take a drink and stuff like that. It all started with the effect. And then from a drink, it always went to something else. From that, it just, you get the point. But, I'm just very grateful to be here. I'm just learning still, trying to just humble myself as much as I can. Just be a positive influence, an example to this community. However, a good example, of course. I ain't perfect, but I do try very hard every day. I stay real. I'm addicted now to getting into that Bible every day, and reading in the scripture. Been doing that for the last couple months. That's what I've been getting into a habit into, and I would like to just stay into that habit. And I ain't really got much for today, guys, but y'all make me happy and proud, man. Like, keep up the good work, dude. I mean, sometimes we all have days, but think about it. At the end of the day, the reality is it's a very beautiful place to be. Here, sober. Life sucks better sober, and that's all I got.
I think that's the reason people drink. They're having fun and laughing and all the time. But I realized ever since I've been here, we still have that laughter without the alcohol. 'Cause I used to buy 30 packs for me. I mean, like a 24 packs for me and my passenger and my two passengers. And I like to drink, and I haven't drank that much since 2016. But I did drink off and on. And I think being sober is better than being drunk, even though they make you feel easier to be happy at things that you be happy sober. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm Joe Alcoholic.
Hey, Joe.
Well, with this, I'm really just looking for understanding of everything that I'm faced with and all my troubles. Knowing that I do need help, and that's why I'm here. And I'm thankful for the Hopper House. I do need help. I never just really just asked for help. And I'm here, and I've been seeing results, and I know I can move further in life. And I've been shown through all my alcoholism that it can get worse by being with someone you're significant that's worse than you, and that makes me that just done it for me. And I could be at a bar or whatever, and we all doing the same thing, but just living hand on hand, face to face, and you see it, and you still don't understand and try to realize what you really doing to yourself. You can't even think straight, you know. So I just pray that God kill that thirst for me, because I know I love driving so much, and I've been cut out of cars, but I can't drive and drink. And so I'm just seeking help, And I think the doctor's opinion, I'm gonna get deep into it, get into my steps, and try to make the best of my life that I have left. And that's all I have.
Terry.
My name Terry, I'm an addict.
Hey, Terry.
Well, when I make choices to first consume anything, yeah, I get that feeling, but after that, it's more like a hobby, because, you're gonna keep on trying to get that first feeling, so it's gonna be a hobby, you're gonna be chasing it, and it ended up consuming me to where, I start isolating myself from people, I get agitated, even when people come around me, and, it's a minus. It's always a minus in your pocket, minus with your life, your health, and everything. And it just ain't a good deal, because when you be in them type of that lifestyle, you're gonna be around people with that type of lifestyle. A lot of people grimy, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you even do grimy stuff, you do things that you don't want to do, and then after all is said and done, you feel guilty, and it just it hurts in the inside of you, and then you wanna fall back from it, but you already in it, especially once you get to seeing yourself, you be like, okay, now, forgive me, what I'm saying, but it's just how it is. So, first thing, just don't even do it. Don't even try it. Don't even start it, because it ain't gonna stop, because we all addicts. So we got it.
Thank you, Terry.
Cool, man. Why I sit in the middle for when I talk. That's why I sit in the middle. Used to get skipped over a bunch. I'm John, I'm an alcoholic. So, yeah, what was it, discontent, grumpy, all that shit. You wake up, I wake up every day in a bad mood for no reason. Just waiting for 5 o'clock. I saw a thing the other day. Yeah, restless, irritable, and discontent. But it's talking about if you can wake up mad for no reason, you can be happy, You can be happy for no reason too. And I have to work on that every day. I still wake up early, cussing it, even without the alcohol. But yeah, just, I don't know. Whatever. We can think ourselves into anything, I have a bad habit of always thinking the worst. It's been like that for a long time, and I was doing it to myself. So now things are changing, and just gotta keep going a little bit every day. So I thank y'all for the support and letting me be up here.
Fabian, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, baby.
15 days sober. 16, I'm sorry.
Please.
So, I think from what I get from it is, I'd like to say that it's not taking accountability, but the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My dad is a big drinker, and I always was like, what my dad do? What was he good at? Drinking. What was he good at? Fighting. What was he good at? Working. What was he good at? This, and that. And I went up there and died, and thank God I'm where I'm at, but it's been tough, man. For all of us, I understand, but I'm just trying to be different. I don't know if I'm saying the right things, but I guess that's what I got from it. Taking accountability, trying to take accountability. That's all I got.
What was the topic, dude? The effect.
Yeah, women. Talk to me.
Inside.
Okay. I didn't understand half of that, but I will talk about this. My name is Lewis. I'm an addict, alcoholic. Um, I drink because it it makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel good about the way I think, everything. Look, I can think about myself. I guess, well, not too much negativity or whatever. It drowns out everything. But I do it to make me feel good, literally. And as soon as I do it, I feel bad because I fell again. I've been trying to kick drugs and alcohol for the longest time. But as soon as I take it in, I start kicking myself and I'm angry. Then I'm angry at the world and I become belligerent and stupid. And I just can't get over the obsession of using or drinking. But I want to. That's why I'm here. Whenever I drink, it doesn't matter what I'm going through. Like literally, no matter what happened. Like it's happened before. I got jumped. I've gotten jumped or hurt or whatever. And during, you're just drunk. You don't feel nothing. You know. It's whenever you afterwards. Whenever it's gone, that's whenever you're like, oh man, what did I do? Oh man, my head hurts. Or oh, I'm hungover again. I fell. Wham. The whole 9 yards crying and shit. But I'm here to get to because I recognize the insanity of the sickness, the insanity of those thoughts. Even though I know what's gonna happen, the insanity of them coming to my mind and me entertaining those thoughts after I know what's gonna happen. That's why I'm here. I don't understand what the topic was, but thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Pass it down. Helps out with rent, coffee, electricity. And just thank you. If you can't put nothing in there, pray for it.
Ladies, not alcoholic. What struck me the most out of this page, right here, it says, once you have lost your self-confidence, your reliance upon things human, your problems pile up and become astonishingly difficult to solve. Um, that's a big thing we're doing here is learning to get our confidence back. You know what I mean? And being able to work alongside each other and like depend upon each other. And that's something that I'm really enjoying. And saying the reliance upon things human, I pushed everybody away from me so much to the point where I learned how to do everything the hard way. I was working by myself out there a lot of times and trying to get things done, and I was never accomplishing anything but just wasting time. And I thought I was doing a lot, and I was doing absolutely nothing. And I looked like an idiot the whole time. I was an idiot, and I don't want to be that ever again. So, I'm gonna just stick with the program, and I'm really enjoying being out here in all y'all's company. So that's all I got.
We ain't going to this, so it's probably there. Or over there.
Ricky.
I'm cricket alcoholic. Oh yeah, growing up, always been kind of loner. And one time I felt when I wasn't loner, when I was drinking, doing drugs, because everybody around me was doing it. By me doing it, I became an alcoholic, dope fiend, did whatever I could. Come to a realization. Wasn't, I
had to change because it was just causing me to get into worse and better habits in and out of prison, stealing, mistreating people, slapping, fighting, and everything else. You know, I've been in and out of prison several times. You know, I just had to realize I just had to change, or I was either going to die in prison or die of dope and alcohol. You know, I just thank my older sister for getting in touch with Chris and let me come here. But by coming here, it was one of the best choices I ever made all my life. I'm doing good. I'm back in touch with my family. Everything going good. I'm just coming to be a better person, not only for me, for you, community, and our power. Give God all the grace, and better days are coming. Thank you.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ryan. I'm an alcoholic. I've been recovered since 8/14 of 2020. So I'm glad you picked this topic. These two paragraphs and paragraph before probably sum up in what the entirety of the book, what it's trying to cause for us. It talks about the complete psychic change, and then the last sentence of the paragraph before it says, "We feel after many years of experience that we have found nothing which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men than the altruistic movement now growing among them." Altruistic, for those of y'all that don't know, means a selfless movement, doing things for others, not caring about how it affects you. And really, that's ultimately our goal here, to become selfless, to be anonymous, to the sense that we're doing things not for ourselves, that we take on bits and pieces of what we learn from other people, from their stories, being in here, learning from the newcomers, remembering how it is that what we've been through, and learning how to change our minds along the way. That complete psychic change that we're seeking, that's something that we have to go into these situations of recovery, realizing that we're messed up. I am messed up whenever I get in here. I am an alcoholic, and I have been an alcoholic further back than I can remember, But also, I remember a time period to where I feel like I wasn't an alcoholic, and that's dangerous. So I have to remember everybody coming in here, new people, y'all remind me, y'all pluck that string about how there is this disgust I have in myself that I don't want to go back into, this feeling, this action that I don't want to remember, that I don't want to reenact, and it's still part of me. I have this rear view mirror that it's still there. It's getting smaller, it's getting smaller, it's getting smaller. And y'all are bright lights coming up behind me, shining, saying, "Hey, remember what you've been through. Remember what you've been through." And there's a lot that comes with that as we develop, and we realize that if we get honest about how we've been, if we're open-minded to new possibilities, and we're willing to go through the change and the difficulty that comes with that change, that we can actually really modify and better ourselves to get into this altruistic movement. We can work these steps, we can change our character defects and start to work on our character defects. The point of the character defects in these steps is that we start to work on them. We give them to God, saying, "Hey, here's my ball and chain that I am trying to drag in the dirt behind me, and know that I am wrong and that I have these problems, but I am strong enough now to carry this and not let this get latched onto by alcohol or go to alcohol, because I have this, and I'm still working on shaving off bits and pieces of what's wrong with me as I carry myself through life. And I don't use this as a crutch either anymore. I work on my character defects as I carry through life, and yeah, that's all I got.
Next I'm an alcoholic.
Thank Jesus.
Last year. So I started drinking, and it was socially, right? I was young, and I would chill with my buddies and drink, and it was fun. And then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I was drinking because I started to realize I was running from stuff. I wanted to feel good, and it would help. It definitely would help, but for momentarily, um, whatever it was. So I would drink from the morning to the night, right? And I feel like I'm doing okay and I'm doing all right. But in all actuality, I was just hurting myself and everybody else around me. And I've done this a couple of times, and to where I felt like I could control it. And every time I've always tried to clean up and sober up, I would fall harder. And then I think it's really just where the one hurt, where the self, you know what I'm saying, you are ready and you see and you realize that it's done. I've just like all of y'all, man, I've lost so much, and I just got tired of it, man, and I'm tired of that momentary, just that quick fix, because that shit, it don't work. I mean, it helps for a little bit, but I may end up right back in the same place. And I finally realized that, and so that's why that's why I've been here and working these 12 steps, and because I'm tired of the momentarily, man. I'm getting older, and just want it to last, because that it just didn't last the way I thought I was doing. Thank you.
My name is Paul, and I'm an alcoholic and addict.
Hey, Paul.
I really don't got much to say. So, I just know I gotta take everything one day at a time, because like my mind changes like random, like every other second. Like sometimes I don't even know what I'm thinking. Like, so I just gotta just take things slow and keep slow. Because I was sober for 6 years and 8 months, and then something tragic happened to me, and I blew it. I'm back 96 days sober. So it's like, man. But thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Jonathan Samuel. They call me Lucky. What you call it? So as far as this is what God was tugging on me to say, is that from everything that I heard here today, is that in my sobriety in May 23rd, I originally had started. When I got out, I started my sobriety, and everything that I wanted, as far as rekindling relationships and things of that nature, just everything, going for me, everything that I was blessed to receive back, because I never thought I could get that back. Well, I did. I relapsed, and in relapsing it, like I was down on myself about it, and from that moment to now, I realized how much everything that I could have lost, everything I had gained, and I realized how much I could have lost. Now I have things to lose now. At first, before I started my career, I really didn't feel like I had anything to lose, And so now I'm refreshed again. 7/27/2025 is my new recovery date, and I just I get back on that saddle, and I look forward to really getting for the long run to the end goal. You know what I mean? So I gotta get, I'm thankful for where I'm at, but look, you can do it too. A lot of us make mistakes, but you can do it too. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together, and thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Nathaniel. I'm an addict alcoholic.
word essentially? Anybody know the word essentially? What does that mean?
Essentially, it's just women drink essentially because it's just, they normally just do it. You know, because they like
It's a normal.
yeah, they drink essentially because they like they produce. That's the reason why. The reason. Yeah.
Essentials like important.
Means what?
Essentials like important. Like,
Yeah.
Important to you.
Yeah.
It's important. All right. Yeah. What does impunity mean? Anybody know impunity?
Yeah.
With impunity,
That's
what is that?
with ease. Like,
With ease. Okay.
basically, no willpower, basically.
Yes, sir. With me, it became a part of just waking up. I was not able to wake up without a drink. I look forward to. I couldn't go to work, couldn't function without it. It became my norm, you know. And through time, it destroyed me, man. I had people that stood behind me, strong, stood behind me all the way to the end, man. And after my dad had passed away, it went from alcohol, just from beer to whiskey. And I remember I was in a break room at Patterson, UTI, drilling across the street from the airport, man. And one of the mechanics there, the head mechanic there was knocked. I was in the restroom. I had about a quarter ounce of crack. I was smoking. Had a little pint off in there. He was knocking on the door. Hey, we came in that restroom, man. That crack smoke just poured out. My dad had worked there also with me at Patterson. And he failed his drug test, smoking weed. They let him go, and they knew what I was going through because he just had passed, man. And he called me in his office and said, "We gotta let you go. Go to rehab, get yourself cleaned up. We'll hire you back." And it just went down. You know? It just became something that I had to do just to function and live. It was my norm, and it was a 20-year ride, about a 22, 23 ride for me. I lost everything behind it, man. The best people that stood behind me and believed in me, man, it destroyed my life. That's pretty much all I got. Wish I could have been better. Wish I had something more to say.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Bill, and I'm an addict. Hey, Bill. My sober date would be September 1st, 23. Right? And the thing that really stuck out to me about this passage is it says something about if they don't have a psychic change, then there's little to no hope to recovery. You know what I mean? I was sitting in the day room, all smoked out, man. I mean, I was smoking in county. You know what I mean? This time down. Smoking in county, so then I caught chain, smoking all in Middleton, and then whenever I caught chain to for me, man, you know, my homeboy had it. You know what I mean? He had it. So, you know, I was just sitting there, I was smoking, and then one day it just dawned on me, look, dude, this is why you're freaking in here. You know what I mean? And I don't know, after that day, man, all the weight that I've had, all my burdens in my past kind of just lifted up off of my shoulders, man. I realized, man, this is the reason why I'm putting my family through all this trouble. You know what I mean? This is the reason why I'm putting myself through all this trouble. This is the reason why I've been killing myself. You know what I mean? It's all behind this stuff, man, you know? So, I mean, I don't want to be like that no more. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what's been pushing me. You know what I mean? I've seen, I got a FI5, went to a program, got out, went to a halfway house. This dude was supposed to leave in like 3 days. And you know what I mean? Was smoking that stuff and got kicked out. You know what I mean? And right then and there, I was like, man, I'm so glad I did that. I made that decision. You know what I mean? Because I could have been right there with him. You know? And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
All right.
What's that? Rob.
My name's Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Just stand up here.
Yes, recording. Stand outside of here.
So the simplest way I can put it is I use because using is a shortcut. It's a shortcut to feel the way that I want to feel. That doesn't take any time, effort, sacrifice, pain, anything like that. And until I have the psychic change, I'm always going to take that shortcut. Something I got to do today. I had a mishap at work, got ink all over myself. And then I got a call from my daughter's mom that she had to go to the doctor and get some shots, and she's freaking out about it. She's crying about it, and she wants me to be there. And I'm like, okay, you know? And so I got to be there as just moral support for my scared 5-year-old daughter to those shots, you know? And, you know, that it felt, I hadn't seen her in like 2 months, you know? And as good as it felt to see her, you know, it hurt 10 times worse watching her drive away. But I got to show her that, I got to actually do something that shows her that I'm going to be there for her when things are hard, you know? So, you know, the pain or the hurt that I went through is inconsequential, you know, for that. That's what matters. So that's what I did today for my recovery.
Thank you.
Benjamin, I'm not a.
Benjamin.
I'm like Jesus. What is it about when you're young, like when you're in high school and drinking's fun, you know, and you're going to parties and shit, and doing body shots and stuff, and you're having a good time, and then it's something about like when you try other drugs and shit, drinking is just not fun anymore. Like that shit is just fucking horrible, you know. And then the only times, and then I would still turn to drinking when I couldn't get anything else or I couldn't afford anything else, and I'm like, fucking miserable drinking. You don't even feel good, but you're doing it just to get out of your head. You know, at a dinner party with your wife, and everybody's drinking, and they're like all having a good time and shit still. You ever notice that about people that aren't addicts? Like they can still drink, and they're all like still having a good time. Like when you're in high school and stuff, and you're looking around like, am I the only one thinking about an 8 ball of cocaine right now? That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm right, I'm just listening.
My
name's Chris. I'm a recovery addict, alcoholic. Man, you mentioned in high school, 7/11/25 is my clean date. Man, I remember I was young. I was like probably 16, 17. And I remember I was so drunk. And it was like one of my first times ever get real drunk. And I remember hugging my old lady at the time. At that moment was the toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh God, I'll never do it again. Because I really thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die. Like I thought it was over. I just felt that like that was it. So then it just progressed. You know, I just started drinking more. And then I started blacking out. And I was a maniac, man. Like I would like
pick up things and throw them through plate glass windows. I had no clue what I was doing. One time in Lubbock, I was with my brother, and we were at a bar, and they put a bunch of Minkies in our beers. And I blacked out, and I had done that through some. We went to this party with these people. I don't know who they were. Through these big record deals through the plate glass window. Then I went in the garage and bashed my head into the wall. My brother told me this. I don't remember it. And so they called the ambulance. The ambulance took me to the hospital. My brother came in the hospital, and he was crying. And my brother don't ever cry. So I knew it was serious. And he said, "Man, bro, you look like the Elephant Man." And my head was like this big. Yeah, and I couldn't see myself. He showed me in the mirror, and I was like, and I laughed. I started laughing. I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's insanity, man. You know, I was at work today, and I got frustrated because the boxers were piling up on me, and I've never learned this machine. I've never even seen these machines. But it's like the people were like, you know, it was a crash course. And so I got the hang of the machine. You know, you got to know how to do these buttons. But it was frustrating, man. And I thought to myself, I want to just go get drunk. I want to walk out of here right now and go get drunk. And then I thought to myself, what the hell am I thinking? I mean, this is not cool. Like, how stupid is that? Because it's not going to lead anywhere positive. It has no eternal value. So I'm glad I'm here today with a bunch of other crazy people just like me, and we all love each other. So,
Thank you, Chris. Alcoholic Day. Sunday, 7/21. 7/21. Man, I really don't know how to speak up here or nothing like that. But like the topic of the day, you know what I mean, is like using or drinking just to make you feel different. You know what I mean? Because there's something you don't like about your characteristics or yourself or whatever. But I used to use. I mean, I would always use. You know what I mean? Just so I could try to be a different person, or just to fit in, or because everybody else was doing it. But the way it makes you feel good right then and there, you know what I mean, while you're doing it or while you're using, and so I just kept using. It just became a lifestyle, and then you know what I mean. You start losing people in your life, your family. You know, I mean, you don't lose your family, but they just start frowning upon you. You know what I mean? And then you like become a burden to people and stuff like that. So, like for me, like while I was using, I really didn't. That stuff didn't matter. You know what I mean? Because I was either high or drunk, or you know what I mean, just doing things I shouldn't be doing. So, like, you know what I mean? There comes a time in life where you got to man up. You know what I mean? You got to man up and become somebody that you've never become. And a lot of people in this world need help doing that. You know what I mean? They need help learning how to live, learning how not to do the wrong thing and do the right thing. And that's I need help in that part of life. You know, or really I just need help in life in general. You know what I mean? We're all men here. You know, so I just I mean, I lost some people in my life, like that passed away, that meant a lot to me. You know what I mean? And I'm still holding on to, you know what I mean, my grandparents and my mom and stuff like that. So I'm glad they're still here, still alive with me, you know. But I just, you know what I mean, I got my son, and he's already 19 years old, and I missed a lot. I missed like 10 years of his life due to my addiction and stuff like that. So I thought the best thing for me to do was work the 12 steps. You know, I've never done the big book or the 12 steps or or being in like a community like this where it helps you out, you know. So I'm glad that I came to the Hopper House, and I'm glad I met Chris. I'm glad I met all y'all, so I can hear y'all stories and see, you know what I mean? It relates to me. A lot of it does, and maybe y'all can help me, or if I'm doing something wrong, or you know, just let me know. And I'm planning on staying here, you know what I mean, completing the program. Hopefully one day I can have my picture on that wall, and hopefully one day I can help somebody with if they have a problem going on, or somebody new that comes in, you know what I mean? But really, that's all I got. I ain't really got much to say, but God bless y'all.
All right, before I'm gonna ask Chris in a minute to do the chips. 1 second. I just want to pick back real quick to say something. I hated my life so much. I found something that made me feel okay. And people say, "Why does he keep drinking? Why does he keep messing with life?" Because that's the only thing I could do that I felt okay with me. But I kept digging that hole deep, and I kept effing up, and so I wasn't okay with me. So then I drank more because I was messing things up, and that's the only time that I felt okay with me, is that sense of ease and comfort that I'd get first drink. I'd wake up and I'd need some alcohol because I couldn't manage me, and I hated me. But I'd drink a little bit, and I could be homeless, F up everything in my past, but I need some alcohol because now I can deal with me on life's terms. It's really, really hard. So it's not that I want to drink, I want to use. That's easy. It's whether I want to change my life or not. Because I cannot drink and use, but if I don't want to change my life, then I am going to drink and use. Because that's why I was drinking and using, because I hated my life. So if I'm not changing my life, I will drink and use. That's it. Do I want to have a beer and bounce with that? Naturally, I do. But I just know what comes with it. I know the consequences that come with it. I wish I could drink like a normal person. I do. I know I can't. I lied to myself so effing long. I thought I could do it. 20 years of practice. OJT, trying. I'm a stubborn, hard-headed bastard. I do it so damn much. It almost killed me naturally. Hard-headed. But I had to realize and come to the had to accept it. I did, and it sucks. I want to drink. I want to use because I like the lifestyle. The longer I'm sober, I get away from not wanting to live that lifestyle. So with that, Chris, you come to the chips, please.
Okay. I got it. Do we have a burning desire on this one? On this meeting? Can we do it now? Do it now?
This is
all right. Look, I got something to say. I got something to say, man. Real fast. Look here. For real, God put this on my heart, y'all. And I was trying to get up here and say it, but we ran out of time, man. Look, I'm really in my word right now. In 1 Corinthians, it's either in 9 or chapter 9 or 10. I've read them both last night, this morning. I can't remember which one, but it tells you God will not let you be tempted more than you can handle. And if you are tempted, he finds an exit. There's always an exit. And our coach at Angelo State used to tell us, man, our defense coach used to say, in life, in football, 90% mental. And it takes 10% effort. Man, dude, we're savages, man. For real, dude. Treat your disease like a savage. You know what I mean? Don't let it beat you. It ain't, that's the way I'm doing it from now on. I mean, shit, I want to say some cuss words. I'm live, right? I can't do it, man. You go on there and work out, be like that, beat. You know what I'm saying? Okay, sorry. Okay. I got one more. Hold up, man. Hold up. I got one more. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leads me beside still waters. Hold on. Don't say it with me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me beside still waters. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because the Lord is the Lord is my comforter with his rod and staff. The oil, he anoints me with oil, and the cup overflows. Man, let that cup overflow and let them lead to that still waters, man. That sobriety is way better. Okay. I feel on fire now. I'm not preaching now. Okay. First one is desire chip. 24 hours. Anybody have a desire? Anybody? You're new, right? You just got here. Come on, get you a chip, man. It's burn desire chip. Hey, y'all. What's your name, man? Cody's glad to meet you, bro. Give me a hug, brother. Give me a hug, man. Glad you're here.
Welcome home.
Welcome home, man. Anybody else? Okay. First month. Anybody got a month? Somebody's all right. Hey! What's your name? How you gonna do it? Tell them.
My name is Robert Cincinnati, and I appreciate the
How you gonna do it?
Stay here and not go to get no alcohol.
One day at a time, man. Anybody else? All right. 2 months. Nobody? Somebody somewhere. 3 months? Somebody somewhere. 4 months. 5. 6. 7. 8 months. 9. 10 or more. What's 12 year goes on?
Yeah, 11.
11. What?
Yeah, and then years of multiple goes
Years
on
of
the board.
multiple goes on the board. Okay, we got a cool little new chip, man. It's the 10-minute Unity Service Recovery Chip. Serenity. It says serenity to accept, courage to change, wisdom to know. 10 minutes. Anybody?
That's the relapse chip.
Oh, we're not supposed to get out.
No, yeah.
Oh, it's a relapse. Anybody want to relapse? Anybody relapse? There you go. All right, sincere.
All right, my name is Sincere. For those that don't know, for those that do know, I relapsed at 4th of July.
Now you know.
But this chip right here, when he pointed it out, it caught my interest. So this is what I'm trying to turn around. So.
All right.
Thank you, Chris.
Got one more.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
okay, I'm sorry. We've got 10 minutes. There we go. What's your name? What do you feel like saying?
Lonzo, Vallejo, and I'm gonna do better.
Let's give Chris one more round of applause. All right, Chris. I've asked someone to read the promises, and we'll put the chairs up and bring out number.
Joy, my God.
Hey,
Promise you. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of usefulness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them.
Chairs up, we'll bring out.
Hello. There again. Thanks for coming out to our Friday night AA. This meeting was designed to last an hour, and that it has. So I just wanted to remind you guys that October 18th is our carving contest. October 19th is our Fearless Fest here at the Hopper House. And on September 20th is the 21st annual ADAX Let It Go Recovery Rally, where there's a 1 mile run and a 5K as well. So hopefully we will see you there. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you on Sunday at 8:30 for our church. Y'all have a good night.